What it do, players and trainers? It's your boy, the Blazin Squid. Welcome back to another episode of LDL Week 9. So we just got the top seed in the Kanto conference. So we also clinched playoffs. So we're going to playoffs, guys, which is amazing. So now it just requires us to win all our matches, or to beat Brennan and Steven. Well, we beat Steven. We have a higher differential now, so Steven wise we're a little above, but against Brennan, by the time I record this battle, we had both not done our battle, so depending on how he does and how I do, kind of determines who gets the first seed. But as of now, we look ahead, and we still have a battle for Brennan one more time as one of our rival battles. But up against here, we're up against Donnie, which Donnie took over Arthur, so maybe Sunflowers, I don't know if he's going to change the name or whatnot, but the team was very scary. This team was very scary and hard to prep for. I did forget to press the record button, so we are doing a post-com. I'm super sorry about that. As much as I don't like post-coms, I discussed it with some of the other players, and they wanted at least a video. So when this video originally came out, while we were battling, we had my team, which is a mixed Mega Absol holding the Ice Beam for landing, Superpower for the Cabalion just in case, Knockoff for the Mega Latios, Knockoff hits a lot of other things. We also had the Headbutts in Headbutt? I'm not sure. We'll go over this set now. I'm pretty sure it was Knockoff, Superpower, Blazin Headbutt for the Toxic Effects, and Superpower. No, Knockoff, Superpower, Ice Beam. Oh, Swords Dance was the last move. I can never decide on a fourth move, so we just went with that. And then for Galvantula was a Life Orb Thunder, Bug Buzz. Life Orb Thunder, Bug Buzz, Sticky Webs for late game if we need speed, and Hidden Power Ice. And then we also had the Garchomp holding the Stealth Rocks, Taunt, Poison Jab, and Earthquake for Ferrothorn, which was going to be my nasty set, which had Curse, Rest, Gyro Ball, and Howlin'. Mew holding the Side Shock, Defog, Heal Bell, Ice Beam? Can't remember 100% on that one, but I knew it was those other three moves. And Primarina holding the Choice Scarf. Oh, Mew was Leftovers, so was Ferrothorn. Garchomp was the I want to say Rocky Helmet, and then Primarina, which was Choice Scarf. In order to outspeed Lando, outspeed Mega Latios, Moonblast, Scald, Ice Beam, and last minute I just put any fourth move because I never did decide. Just in case the Toxapex did come, we put a Size Pick on there. And then I had guests for his team to bring the Mega Latios, to bring a Shaman. The Greninja, the Lando we guessed, but I did expect the Shaman. I expected the Toxapex. I expected the Mega Latios, and I expected the Toxapex, Mega Latios, Shaman. And there was another huge big threat. Can't put my 100% on it, but I guessed only 2 out of 6 mons, so I really threw my mojo off. Seeing the Dusclops, seeing the Sylveon, which I really had no checks for Sylveon. The Talonflame I was okay as long as I got rocks up, and Cabalion was okay as well because Primarina went on speed, and his special defense is not the highest, and Moonblast do some good chunk of damage as long as we got some tilt damage. And we have the Rocky Helmet plus Ruskin on Garchomp as long as he doesn't go for a Swords Dance and Sweep Touch. So let's just jump into this match already, guys. See my thought process and whatnot. So we're just gonna hit play here as we set up the next track for you guys. I love that Pokemon League music. Really do enjoy that Pokemon League music. So we are getting issued a challenge here. So we're gonna start off with Primarina because in case you wanted to go Lando and try to get rocks up right away, I just wanted to Scald it or Ice Beam and get rid of it, and I'm expecting him to bring the Scarf. He does lead off with Sylveon, so this is really bad for us because Sylveon hurts the rest of our team, and I didn't want him to get a free Calm Mind up, so I'm just gonna go for a Scald here and try to fish for a burn, and that Hyper Voice does more than I like. So seeing this Hyper Voice damage, I knew it wasn't it had to be invested, but it wasn't modest. It had to be specs. So I'm gonna switch into Ferrothorn, expecting it to be specs, and we get up. He goes for the Hidden Power Fire, knowing my Ferrothorn would come in, and I'm just like, what? It made no sense to me at the moment because I was like, I ran the calcs, it had to be specs, and little did I know that it was actually, if you guessed it by now, yes, it was Pixie Play. So, seeing that it was Pixie Play, I was like, okay, that's the worst. So he's gonna switch and I'm gonna switch. I'm not sure why 100% why he tried to switch, but we're gonna go into Mew here, which is really good for us because we can go for a transform here, which is really nice as he switches into Dust Clouds. So I'm not mad with this at 100% because I do get to scout out what his set was, and little did I know he was actually Nightshade. It was Nightshade, Toxic, Haze, Paint Spray. So you know what that means? That if we had set up a +6 Ferrothorn, it wouldn't have done much because he would have just hazed it away before I can even get a nice gyro ball off. And this thing's super slow already. So I was pretty mad about that. So we're gonna get a nice Toxic off just to put it on a timer, and if you wanted to Toxic me, I can always switch out Mew and come back in and just set up a nice it's a nice heal belt. So I'm gonna go for the Nightshade here, see how much that does to it, and we kind of see it is a bulky set. I thought it would do a little more than that. I always forgot if Nightshade was it productivity 20 damage, or is it equivalent to a Segmentos and just do enough to your HP, and we'll find out later on that it actually does enough to the HP. So we're gonna switch into Garchomp here, hoping he would go for the U-turn. He does go for here. So we're getting Rocky Helmet damage and the Rough Skin. So the next thing this Lando comes in, it's not gonna be doing much because we're gonna get a lot of good damage off. So he's gonna switch into Greninja here. Greninja was one of the scariest mods that we had to come up here. I was super afraid of Greninja because Greninja puts a lot of work into my team. The only thing that can take on this Greninja well would be the Primarina, as you see here, and the Ferrothorn. Ferrothorn already. Oh my gosh. What? Alright, so that's whatever. That's what happens when you connect to the Wi-Fi. So we're going to see it goes from 34 down to 14. Another one would knock us down unless he's running Modest. If he's running a Modest thing, I would outspeed. I can get a nice Moonblast off. So he's just going to switch into Dust Clouds here. So, as mentioned before, he probably knew I wasn't specs because of the damage we did to Sylveon. So I was pretty mad because had I brought a Choice Specs Modest Primarina, I would have put a dent into the Sylveon. I would have put a dent into this Dust Clouds. The only reason I did bring a Choice Scarf set, which now he's gonna go for Nightshade here, and you're gonna see I was at 45. I was hoping I could live, and yeah, we go down to 0. Oh well, I just wanted to come in and try to get a rest off, but that's okay. So we're gonna go into Reaper here and try to get a nice evolution. Just go for knockoff. Knock off anything that wants to come in relatively. And as expected, the Lando will be coming in because what other item can Lando be holding besides a Trace Scarf or leftovers is, if you guessed it by now, yes, a Rocky Helmet. So we're going to take damage, unnecessary damage here. And it gives him a nice clean switch in into whatever he wants, which could be a Cobalion. A Cobalion could just, Cobalion like just wrecks. Like if it gets, and like the Lando lives. So this is like legit 100% bulky Lando. Plus that Intimidate helps out a lot. So as mentioning the Sylveon, if we had Choice Specs, we would have been in such a better position. The only reason I brought Choice Scarf was to outspeed the Lando, which wasn't fully speed investment, and to outspeed the Mega Latios, which he did not bring. Cobalion to kind of outspeed, but at the same time we resist one of his stabs and the other one is neutral. I could have taken this. So we're going to go for Poison Jab here, and we're going to see Garchomp is faster than Talonflame. So that gives me the intel that this Talonflame 100% has not Gale Wings, but it actually has Flame Body. So I have to make a read here and go for the Earthquake in case he goes for the Cobalion, and he actually is going to outplay me and not go into Cobalion whatsoever and just try to get the 30% Flame Body burn, which I couldn't risk because I needed the guard jump. And if I got a burn off, Cobalion comes in, gets a nice sword stance off or whatnot, and eventually just sweeps the rest of my team. So I am just going to bring in Reaper here, just go for an Ice Beam because that was the only mon that could potentially outspeed this thing and actually get nice damage without dying to rocks or anything like that. And he is going to bring Sylveon in here now. And at this moment, I already lost Guard Jump, I already lost Parathorn, I already lost Greninja Dice to Rocks. And the only mon that could potentially take one of these was Mew. But I didn't need, still needed. The only way I could win this game was with Absol, so I know I had to go into Mew here and try to take this hit, but as you guys can see, it is a 2-shot. So I wasn't sure if I should try to get my rocks off or try to go for Transform and try to copy his stats and hope to live. And we're going to go here, Transform, and hopefully go off with a Piper Voice, and he actually is going to kill us. So it's like, what can I do? At this moment, I was just like, what can I do? All I can do is go for a knockoff to get rid of the Pixie Whip, which by now we had figured out, and we were super annoyed. Because, look, that knockoff did so much damage. So, had I brought Iron Tail and just put my money on that and try to get that damage off, we could have probably been slightly better off. Well, that is a lesson we are going to learn. Here, I'm just going to let Poseidon come in. I'm not going to try to preserve it because the rocks are up. It's going to die. Let the rocks get the kill. And just go into Galvantula and try to Thunder Para. Thunder Para, we got 2 against Matt. And we get just 1 against this guy. Thunder should be enough to knock this thing out from this range. But he is going to switch out because I believe Ghost resist bug types, so yeah. So here comes the Thunder. We're going to connect the Thunder, which is great. It's huge. But we're down 4-1. This could be my ultimate comeback. We're getting Speed Tie with Cobalion. If I get Sticky Webs up here, I can outspeed Greninja. So yeah, and let's see what he goes for. I was hoping he'd go for Toxic. He's going to go for Nightshade, so yeah, one more takes me out. So, boo-hoo-hoo. I have to go for the Thunder. I have to go for the Thunder. Hope for a Para. It's gonna live with a little bit of HP. No Para. Nightshade will take out my Galvantula. And we go down 4-0. This is probably my most devastating loss. Besides Jesse. Actually, Jesse was pretty bad as well. It's one of the 2 games where we actually do really bad. But it's okay. It's okay. We still have 3 matches. We still have to face Brandon and whatnot. We still have to face, we're going to face DJ, and I'm going to try to have fun these last 3 games, but I'm also going to keep maintaining competitive. So we're going to maintain it competitive, but it's also going to be fun because we already clinched playoffs. Like, what else do we need to clinch for? And the other thing is the first seed. So, good game to Donnie. Donnie played amazing. He played amazing. He had great prep. He brought the right mods. I'm just a bit sad because I look at his team now and I'm just like, wow, what Moltres could have done this game would have been tremendous. Like, those would have been really good with Moltres. Like, Moltres would have put up a fight against the Sylveon, basically. Really would have. But that's enough of me rambling. You guys enjoyed this video, hit a like, hit a subscribe. No reaction. My faces were just pitiful all throughout the match. Just the way he was out-reading me every single turn, almost every single turn. But 90% of the turns he did outplay me. So, with that said, you guys are amazing. Stay blazing. Let's try to get another W. Squid out.